Greetings, everyone. This is Vakar Corvi with today's vlog on Trump's new team, which is shaping up. How it's going to impact the Islamic world, the Palestinian cause, and maybe politics inside Pakistan and India. And we are going to ask those people who supported Trump during elections. They had huge rallies. One of the political parties was very active in motivating voters in the United States to vote for Trump. We don't have any problems with Trump, but his team. I think we need to dissect it, how this team is going to shape up Trump's policy and what could be the impact on the larger region. So I'll not go into uh, uh, discussion through the seniority of the assignments awarded, but randomly pick up 4, 5, or 6 important players in the Trump teams. What have been their past ideology and thought process and narrative on Islam, Islamic world, Pakistan, and India? And are the parties supporting Trump in Pakistan still going to be very happy? On the top of the list is Mr. Vivek Ramaswamy, who is going to be deputy to Elon Musk's new Department of DOGE, DOGE, or Department of Government Efficiency, which is being called as a Manhattan Project by the Trumpsters, and they promise to restructure the entire bureaucracy and bring huge changes in some of the major departments like Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, corruption within the system, and of course trying to bring Trump loyalists to run the state. Now Ramaswamy's past comments which have hit the media basically were delivered during Republican Jewish coalition in October 2023, which is not very far away. He's one of the several among Trump's cabinet appointees to have made controversial statements suggesting Israel is entitled to annex the occupied West Bank and ought to use unrestrained force against its opponents, both propositions illegal under international law. He says that one, Israel should abandon the two-state solution. So there's nothing like Abraham Accord or any talk of Palestinian being given any concessions. And he said that I'll tell the Arab world and the Islamic world to face and absorb the Palestinians. There's no space for Palestinians in the occupied lands. He even went on to say that if Mossad and Israel makes takes of the heads of Hamas leaders and show it to Gazans, he will have no problem. Actually said you should do it. He also said that Israel is a divine gift for a divine purpose. And probably Israel is going to use the only language its adversaries understand, and that is war and use of force. He even said that if Israel would do a Munich 2, you remember that what happened in Munich, and take out Hamas leaders wherever they exist, Doha or Dresden or wherever, he'll be very happy. And this is the kind of thought process he has. So he's going to be very close to Donald Trump. Next is Mike Huckabee, a former pastor from Arkansas who also ran for president. And he's been very, very clear and vocal against the Palestinians. And in one of the discussion with some of the hardline Jewish people, he even said there's no such thing as a Palestinian. So there's no entity known as Palestinians. Basically, it's a political tool to grab land from Israel. For Trump, he says that Israel loves Huckabee and Huckabee loves Israel. So that's where he has been appointed as ambassador to Israel. Huckabee also mentioned that in Genesis 12, Lord said that if you love Israel, God will love you, and if you curse Israel, you will be cursed. Follow-up of, I think, current appointments in the Trump team, we have now Netanyahu coming up. He's very, very euphoric, and he addressed the Iranian nation once again and told them to throw the Islamic regime. And this, I think, question should also be thrown to Allama Nasir Iqbal, Nasir Abbas in Pakistan, and the Chief General Secretary of Majlis Wahdat al-Muslimin, that is he going to still keep supporting PTI and Trump, or he may have some different thoughts. And Netanyahu is now openly talking of taking out Israel's energy infrastructure. Then we come to Tulsi Gabbard, although not a Hindu by birth, she was from a shaman tribe, but she converted into a very staunch Hindu, and she has become the NIA chief. And basically, she's been very vocal of atrocities against Hindus in Bangladesh. She even linked, Pakistan Army with 71 war that it carried out atrocities against Hindus, and she says that this has continued. She is very conveniently forgotten that Modi, the butcher of Gujarat, who came to US in 2016 and he was garlanded by Tulsi Gabbard, that he has been carrying out atrocities against Muslims in India, and it's a daily happening, daily lynching of Muslims. So now you have a pro-Hindutva Hindu as the NIA chief in Trump's cabinet. So let's see what's the response from Pakistani political parties. And she was, I think, also the first, congresswoman to have taken oath on Bhagavad Gita. Then we come to Secretary of State. I think one of the most important assignments, Marco Rubio is going to be the Secretary of State. And he basically has three enemies: China, Venezuela, and Iran. Again, the question, and he's very, very pro-Israel. The question is again to Allama Nasir Abbas that whether he's going to support PTI and Trump. And let's see how does he balance his affiliation with Islamic Republic of Iran and Trump's team. Then we have Mike Waltz, who's going to be the National Security Advisor, one of the top positions. Interestingly, he's been co-chair of India Caucus and a staunch anti-Muslim and pro-Hindu, and basically also a very staunch opponent of China. He says that China should be squeezed in the Indo-Pacific and he would like India to play a major role. So again, you have a pro-Indian as NSA. Then we have Trump's ambassador to US, Alice Stefanik, not highly qualified, but she was part of Trump's closer circles. Her only qualification is she grilled principals in US universities for pro-Palestinian protests. So when Allama Nasir Abbas was holding pro-Palestinians protests in Pakistan and also supporting Hamas for attacks on Israel, let's see how he balances his stance for this appointment. Then we have the Defense Secretary to head the Pentagon. He's a Fox News host, an ex-army, Pete Hegseth, who basically has been running a show in Fox News. We know who runs the Fox News. Hegseth has also clearly stated Israel should actually attack Iran's nuclear facilities. Again, a big question for Majlis Wahdatul Muslimin. Now, this small little discussion on the new Trump team, we're going to see how the policy is going to unfold, is for those political parties or entities in Pakistan who were saying Trump jadon aayega te lag pata jayega. So I think there we have the team. Trump is there, his team, I don't know, maybe they were basically focusing on some selfish idea that the moment Trump comes, there's going to be a call and Imran Khan is going to come out. He's basically facing legal charges in Pakistan. The course law is going to take its due course. But there was a lot of hope. So big question to MWM and PTI, who basically supported Trump in these elections. They rallied a lot of diaspora, and I think reported and as being actually analyzed that a lot of Pakistanis reported for Trump. But what has now come up? What is the shape of the new? Was this foreseen that this is a kind of team that you are going to face? So basically, Trump regime team appears to be anti-Muslim, anti-Palestinian, pro-Hindutva warmongers who are about to start a new war in the Middle East. Let's see how things shape up. But for the political parties in Pakistan and diaspora in the US, think about it. Thank you very much.